A few years ago, I was in meditation. I started seeing aliens kind of on the periphery on the side of me. And then all of a sudden, one just came in front of me and just were looking at me. And I'm looking at this gray alien. It's like a standoff. And I'm like, do you have something to say? Like, I've had other beings, I've had other feelings. This is very neutral. We're just two dudes looking at each other. And I was like, okay, if you don't have anything for me, any messages, it's time to go. So he left. And I was like, okay, well, that was weird, but that's cool. About 2 weeks into my first psychic development class, I was about ready to get some sleep, and all of a sudden I started seeing flashing lights in my eyes, and really powerful. Then all of a sudden, this same guy, this same gray alien, came into my periphery vision. Same thing, neutral. I was like, if you don't have a message for me, it's time to go. So, that was it. And then a couple days later, again, it always happens when I'm starting to enter that theta brain state of about to go to sleep. I start seeing the flashes again. I'm like, okay, here he comes, Well, I didn't see that this time. Instead, I got my first awakened download that I know of. It came almost like documents and pictures flashing. And I got the intuitive knowing that it was about Orion, about the war. I didn't realize at the time I could just say, hey, can you slow this down for me? Just let me understand, which I do a little bit better now, even though it's very quick still. And thankfully, the next night we had a psychic development class, and I asked the teacher, I'm like, I keep seeing these things, I see aliens, and she's like, you're an extraterrestrial, right? I'm like, oh, really? That's a thing? That's possible? I didn't even know about star seeds at the time. So fast forward a few months later, I'm listening to a podcast, and the podcaster says, check out this woman, Debbie Solaris' site. She has really interesting visuals of these aliens. So I started looking. I went to the Orion page, and there he was, same guy, same gray, looking at me. And I was like, wow. So I started consuming all the history on it in her website. And then, I don't know, maybe a few months later, I started thinking about it. I'm like, you know what? I wonder if anyone actually teaches Galactic Akashic readings. And I did a quick Google search. I looked, and she was holding a Galactic Akashic reading class in 2 weeks. I was like, divine timing, works. So I signed up for it, and then I started taking the class a month or so later once it opened. And then all of a sudden I started feeling like frequency changes. And I felt it while I was reading, and then while I was sleeping, I could feel lighter, and then I could feel a little bit heavier and lighter and heavier. And I realized, I took control of the dream. I said, I'm frequency hopping. I'm jumping in between dimensions. So I said, well, let me see how this feels. I go up to this 6th dimension, and I could feel how light it is and how great it feels. I'm like, okay, let me go back to the 3rd. And I go down, and I feel it's almost like a crushing feeling. I'm like, ugh, that doesn't feel good. Let me go back up. I'll go back up to 4th, 5th. So I started feeling all these different dimensions. And then I started getting these intuitive knowings. So I can look at people, or I can focus my energy and just think about somebody. And then I start getting, oh, they're Sirian, they're Pleiadian. This feels like an Arcturian. And it's been evolving all these, over these months. And now I'm getting to the point where I'm actually able to look at people and I can see wings coming out of them. If they're fairy, or if they're have an angelic background. Now people's faces are starting to morph a little bit, and I can see one of their star seed archetypes.